This is a tier one calming corner. And from my last paper, we learned that from Mrs. Black's class, this is her class here, she uses the C word, at least a hand signal that the students can use. And this is the first stage of a tier one, kind of getting the student where they're kind of just starting to be elevated because something's not working in the classroom, bad day, bad friendship, numerous things. So this is the first thing a teacher will do is introduce a calming disorder to the student. And they've got a timer here that they can use. They'll set that for 5 or 10 minutes. Earphones to get them blocked out of a sound, and then some calming corners, fidgets. So these are here. Sometimes this doesn't work, and we're still in that tier one. We don't want our students to get to tier two, so we'll move over to our room. But part of that is trying to get them to de-escalate. And if they're not doing it here, we're going to move them. Teacher's going to say, okay, you need to go visit our break space. We call our break space the leopard den. It's right next door. She's real lucky she's got us right next door. But this is our leopard den. We deal again with the tier one. This is where if a student, some teachers have them come here twice a day. Some are actual scheduled breaks. Some kids we have that come from lunch. Recess, don't want to do recess, can't handle PE. So there's all sorts of situations that we're using this room for. But as a student comes in, they're going to come in here. As you can see, it's a really calming place. No upper lights. It's really kind of dark, kind of moody. We have some playing music in the back. We have a live fish tank here on the screen. So the first thing the students will do is they'll come in, they'll grab one of these slips, and they're going to grab a pen. And it's all about routine. When I try to get the kids into a routine, they'll write their name on this regulation slip. This will actually start that calming process we've noticed, and then they'll figure out what zone they are. And I've got the zones of regulation here. As you can see, they are color coded. They're in words, so this gives the students a chance to figure out what zone they are. Some kids don't want to tell me or want to mark it down. Some just write their name and they throw it in the basket. I'm okay with that. I'm getting really good about judging where the kids are at right now and what zones they're in. Some kids will tell me, some kids want to talk. So this is kind of our negotiation table, and I kind of tier where they're at. Once they do that, they're going to choose one of these 12 stations. We give them a lot of opportunity. We found as we were developing this that the most popular station was our circuit station. We only had one. That was causing some infighting and people really trying to go after that one. So we added another one, and with that kind of brought that to an end. But as you can, we'll kind of go around the room here. We have a station 8. This is our tiles, magnet tiles. Kids can build stuff. We have this cool, we call it the sand pit. As you can see, it's got sand and some cows and stuff like that, so the kids can play in there. I have some kids that go to this corner here, and they'll zonk out for 10 minutes and just get that little bit of extra energy to get them through the day. And then the center area, we have Mad Matter sand. The kids like this stuff. It's really nasty, but it's pretty cool. And then they've got Play-Doh. And then one of the favorites, this is the ice cream station. They really like doing that one. And then we got the puzzle station here. We have an art station, and the kids can draw, and they like to look in the fish tank. No fish yet, we're working on that. And then we have the Lego station. It's another popular one. And then we have another fidget station. And as you can see, as we go around the room, there's calming like salt rocks. And we have the fountain over there. That really helps them. And then our circuit station, which is our most popular station right now. So they'll stay in here, and part of this room, as we try to emphasize, our voice level is a 0, no talking. So the students can kind of de-escalate, get back to that tier 1. And of course, we do have some kids that can't get to that point. They get to tier 2 and tier 3. That's when we call our behavioral specialist in, and she'll come in and grab them and then take them to her room, or if need be, to the office. And further things will happen up there. That's beyond me. But if they're still in that tier 1, after about 10 minutes, we'll set a 10-minute timer. I have some students that say, I still need an extra 5. I'm pretty good about gauging which ones really need it. So that really helps out. And then the last thing we do is I kind of check out with them at the end of the day. tell them to have a good day, give them an exit slip, and say, hey, have a great day. And if they want to talk, we may talk a little bit. But most of the time when they re-exit out this door, they're definitely back into that green zone, or at least headspace-wise, they're back in. So this is the life of the leopard den. Thank you.